When you think back to your school days, you probably have some mental images of sitting at a desk, listening to a teacher talk about something you weren't really interested in, and wondering why you had to learn it. I think the term unschooling was coined to envision the exact opposite of that formal school scenario. If you've ever started exploring something and trying to learn more about it for no other reason than that you're deeply interested in it, then you have experienced the joy of discovering for yourself. Self-education is a wonderful thing, but it has limitations. If all of your learning depends on your particular interests, you can have huge holes in your unschooling education. What if you never get interested in multiplication? That lack could hamper you in your adult life. On the other hand, what if you never learned about music theory, or about chemical reactions, or about Leonardo da Vinci, or the land of Brazil? There might be ideas in those studies that would really interest you, but if you've never heard of them, you would never learn about them. You simply wouldn't know that there is such a thing. Balance is a key. A person needs time to pursue personal interests, as well as a guide into the vast array of ideas that could be explored in this wide world of ours. And that's what a Charlotte Mason education offers, a beautiful balance between the two. I've talked with many parents who wanted to incorporate that beautiful balance into their homeschool and decided to make the switch from unschooling to a Charlotte Mason approach. If that's you, here are some ideas that can smooth the way. Welcome to the Simply Charlotte Mason podcast. I'm Sonia Schaefer. If you are switching from an unschooling approach to the Charlotte Mason method, here's a little advice to keep in mind. First, I want to talk about 3 tendencies that you might discover within yourself, 3 actions or mindsets that might unknowingly come along with you from your unschooling days or years, and that could make the transition to the Charlotte Mason method a little bit bumpy. The first tendency is that you may find yourself automatically looking at your child's current interests to give you direction when you're making your plans about what to teach. Unschooling depends a lot on following the child's lead, but a Charlotte Mason approach is different. A Charlotte Mason educator is careful to give the student a wide variety of ideas, including several subjects that the child probably doesn't know about yet. We have to remember that the child doesn't know how much he doesn't know. He doesn't realize the multitude of topics and ideas that are available to us because he has limited experience in his few years so far. So a large part of your role as teacher will be to introduce to your child a wide variety of subjects and lots of living ideas that will broaden his horizons and feed his mind. Spread the feast. For the second tendency, depending on how spontaneous your unschooling days were, you might find it a challenge to make a plan and work that plan. Some homeschool parents forget to plan the work, and others might go ahead and make plans, but then they neglect to do the work. Especially if you're coming from an unschooling mentality, you might be so used to spur-of-the-moment activity each day that you aren't in the habit of following a carefully laid out plan. May I encourage you with this one thought when it comes to planning your work and working your plan? You will be helping your child cultivate a valuable life habit if you guide him in this kind of self-discipline. Charlotte Mason defined self-discipline as doing something even when you don't feel like it. That habit is so crucial for accomplishing anything in life. So try to model self-discipline for your student in this area of planning and doing the work. Help him learn firsthand how beneficial it is to put forth, as Charlotte said, regular prescribed effort, consistent effort toward a plan. And also help him experience the principle of alternating work with regular rest and recreation. If you don't plan it, that balance can get off one way or the other. So plan your work and work your plan. Then tendency number 3 also depends on what your unschooling days looked like. If your days were spent mainly in hands-on activities, then you might struggle with devaluing book learning. An emphasis on good books is an intrinsic part of a Charlotte Mason approach. And if your student, or you, are not in the habit of reading very much, that emphasis on good books may feel a little different. And you might wonder how valuable book learning can be. Well, let me reassure you that the books we use in a Charlotte Mason education, those living books, will take your child there. He will experience events and historical lives through the readings. And don't forget that living books are used for only some of the subjects. Your student will still have opportunity for first-hand experiences with nature and with art and music and handcrafts and more. Books and life experiences complement each other. The best education offers both. You might find that you have one or two of those tendencies, or all of them, or perhaps none. Whatever your situation is, let me give you 3 practical tips that I think will help you make the switch smoothly from unschooling to a Charlotte Mason approach. First, remind yourself that in a way, you are giving your child the best of both worlds. You are spreading a wide feast of new ideas, working your way through a well-thought-out plan systematically. But you're also giving your student time to further pursue his personal interests. Charlotte Mason lessons are usually done by lunchtime, so your student should have the afternoons to explore any topics that interest him. You are helping your child to cultivate a habit of self-discipline with that teacher-directed learning in the mornings, and helping him to cultivate the habit of initiative by allowing time for student-directed learning in the afternoons. That's a great combination. The second tip is to remember that you don't have to switch everything all at once. You don't have to go from fully unstructured to completely structured all in a day. You can ease into a full schedule of lessons in the morning. Maybe it will work better for you to focus on getting each subject going one at a time, rather than try to get everything going at once from day one. If you think it might work better for you and your family to make this transition in stages, check out the series I did on that topic. I'll leave links for you. Then tip number 3. This is a simple thing, but I think it can make a big difference. Gather your materials and books the night before and set them out where you will see them in the morning. See, this new way of planning and teaching is basically requiring you to form some new habits. And new habits come easier when there is a trigger or a cue that reminds you of what you want to start doing. So having that visual reminder of a stack of books set where you will see them in the morning should help you to form that new habit of teacher-directed learning every morning. When you walk into the kitchen or into the living room and see that stack of books, it will help fire the neuron path in your brain. Oh yes, we're doing teacher-directed learning in the mornings. And the more often that path of neurons fires, the more that idea will become a habit, and the easier it will become. So just take 3 or 4 minutes the night before to take a look at your plan for the next day and gather the resources you will need, and then set them out where you will be sure to see them in the morning. And you'll be starting your day on the right track for a smooth transition. If you would like help with your plans, the Simply Charlotte Mason curriculum is easy to use, and you can implement as much or as little of it as you want to. Check the description for links. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.